Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aquarius December 19, 2022. Today's energies are good for taking care of domestic or personal responsibilities, and keeping busy around the home or with family. You enjoy freer, more accepting relationships with loved ones. You may put more time or energy into helping others and making things run smoothly in your personal life. Today's Mercury-Uranus transit can benefit your studies, networking, and communications. In fact, there can be illuminating discussions now. You are magnetic, particularly in your conversations. Good ideas flow freely around you, and this is especially the case as you relate to and interact with friends and associates. There's a strong theme of mental stimulation and curiosity today. A change of pace can be refreshing. Prepare for a festive and potentially exhilarating day. Surprises could be around every corner. Singles may be able to align with stimulating, eccentric, or unique romantic options if they are willing to take a risk and reach out. Discuss your hobbies and interests. You may find that you have a lot more in common than you initially anticipate. Whether or not the connection leads to true love or not doesn't matter. You may end up finding that you've made quite a great new friend. Embrace laughter and open your heart. Entertain a conversation with an unexpected colleague. If anyone has a go-with-the-flow attitude, it is you. So, tap into this energy when Mercury in Capricorn trines Uranus retrograde in Taurus today. An unexpected colleague may reach out on or offline to catch up. The conversation could be surprising for several reasons, since you may feel caught off guard by the person who reaches out or even with whatever they want to discuss with you. Keep an open mind throughout this conversation, but do not be afraid to erect boundaries if needed. The moon's last visit to your financial sector for the year is a chance to check in on money matters before Jupiter's return to your income sector next week gives the income side of the financial fence a massive boost. Yet, as well as fueling your financial instincts and imagination, the moon is ensuring you are emotionally and intuitively engaged ahead of the dwarf planet Ceres' return to your financial sector tomorrow and the start of her first deep dive into your financial needs and priorities in 4 years. If you find balancing many possibilities an exhausting and pointless exercise, consider changing your point of view and focusing that energy to your benefit. Try alternating as many different outlets as you can in your workout routine. Swim one day, run another, and do some challenging yoga in between to stretch and strengthen your muscles. Or try martial arts to keep yourself alert and fit. Remember to drink plenty of water in order to secure your inner source of productivity. Welcome to the ambitious energy of this day. If you've been musing about making a change in your career, this is one of the best times to seriously consider it. Do your homework and gain as much information as possible about the direction you are thinking about. Talk to others, and if you need further education, find out what is necessary and the time commitment involved. Regardless of your age and current obligations, if you really want to do something different in your life, you can make it happen. When the sun leaves your career sector next week, this will not only end all planetary activity here but in your 2 professional houses for the year. Yet while this is the last push to bring this professional year home, as the sun spends his last weekend in your career sector, it is less about tying up loose ends and more about keeping your eyes, mind and your options open. For while the sun is only here for another 4 days, in that time the moon will come full circle from last month's new moon and Jupiter will return to your income sector. There is still plenty of water to pass under the bridge. It is not just that Jupiter is spending his last weekend in Pisces, just as the dwarf planet Ceres is spending her last full day in your relationship sector, but their opposition peaks today. In the last day of Ceres' deep dive into your relationship needs and priorities and still emotionally engaged after the moon left yesterday, this is getting right to the heart of what you want from your relationships and what they need from you. Our eyes in the sky. Our morning rituals could be disrupted and the Libra moon squares off with Venus this morning. It could become overwhelming if things feel unorganized. Give yourself extra time for tasks throughout the day, because your usual schedule could get thrown for a loop. The connection between Mercury in Capricorn and Uranus retrograde in Taurus can help us unpack our emotions as we navigate the dream world, so pay attention to any strange occurrences that happened while you were traversing the astral realms. A tendency to push yourself forward creates an adverse impression with the people you meet. Even if it's not intentional, your attitude disrupts any potential for things to run smoothly. Try to restrain yourself. Otherwise, you're unlikely to impress anyone since your boastful manner makes you seem conceited and unapproachable. Emotions could feel a little out of your control during the day as well, so give yourself permission to cry if you feel frustrated and need a release. Remember that everyone is experiencing the same unsettled atmosphere, so try to be kind to the people you encounter. A perfect scenario for settling outstanding financial matters is what you desire. Of course, you must be as careful as usual when dealing with money. You have the right instincts for choosing sensible investments, and the advice you receive is far more conclusive than on other occasions. Larger purchases, a car or a house, don't faze you. Today will be unpredictable, to say the least, so expect surprises of both the pleasant and unpleasant variety. Luckily, the messy energy begins to dissipate later. When the Libra moon makes a harmonious aspect to Mars retrograde, intellectual downloads are not uncommon, so be sure to write down any new insights that come to mind. The energy here promotes genius, making it a great evening for artists and writers to engage in their craft. In the morning, the Libra moon squares off with Venus in Capricorn, causing us to crave relationships that look good on paper. Wanting solid partnerships that stand the test of time is natural. But longevity should be just one of the attributes we strive for now. If permanence is our only qualification as to what constitutes a successful relationship, we risk compromising for the wrong reasons. Don't prioritize keeping the peace over saying your piece. Communication is key. Remember that everyone must do their part to help a union thrive, whether that union is romantic, platonic, or familial. Hiding your needs does everyone a disservice. And if you give others what you think they want without asking, you may find your assumptions to be totally off base. It's not what you say but the way that you say it. You're involved in all kinds of talks and must respond appropriately. Even when you feel like speaking the truth or your honest opinion is asked for, choose the words carefully. Conclusions you arrive at are brutally honest and extremely cutting. Avoid acting this way, and conduct conversations diplomatically. Before noon, the moon trines retrograde Mars in Gemini, helping us to assert ourselves intelligently. Under this influence, we recognize how to spin situations in our favor through wordplay or powers of suggestion. People trust our judgment and follow our lead. We can identify clever solutions to problems without rocking the collective boat. Currently, we realize that we don't need to minimize ourselves for others. You may find yourself rushing from one place to another. People demand your attention and want to involve you in their conversations. The sound advice you can contribute, provide the necessary impetus required to implement new schemes or ideas that result. Take some well-deserved leisure time for yourself.